Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Jaime's Juicy Joints. Trying to do this a little more fancy now, so welcome to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, which you should be because I'm uploading it to YouTube. But if not, I will still try to see if I can upload the video to Facebook the way I've been doing it since the beginning. I just want to try different things. But if you haven't subscribed to YouTube and you have a YouTube account, please subscribe. You know, these videos again are just all for fun. Just a little thing to kind of distress while I study for the bar exam. By the way, I hope you guys like the shirt. I know on video it's all backwards, so it says well-rounded diet, and then it's pretty much almost a full pizza with the slice missing. So, you know, trying to keep with the theme of trying to be funny with the shirts and stuff. So today I have a pretty cool treat for you guys. I went to this awesome place, Café 23, here in Melrose Park. And they specialize in Latin American cuisine, but specifically they're really well known for the jibarritos, which, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a sandwich composed of, instead of bread, it's two smashed fried plantains with meat, cheese, mayonnaise, and then it's topped off with a garlic sauce, like a house special sauce, when it's put on the grill where they grill the food and stuff. The particular jibarrito I got today, which, ta-da, I got a jibarrito. It is a breakfast jibarrito. I'm going to accompany it today with some cherry flavored seltzer water because, well, we're on the diet, right? Trying to stay healthy. But big ass jibarrito, man. Anyway, so let's open the bag. So, funny story today. While I opened the jibarrito up, they actually got my order wrong, and they actually ended up accidentally giving me an extra order of something else that I didn't order at all. So I actually have two breakfasts in one, but I'm not gonna eat both. So I'm trying to give out the other one to somebody. It's a bacon and ham omelet with cheesy hash browns, but there's no fucking way I'm gonna be able to eat that. Oh, sorry, excuse the language. Anyway, breakfast jibarrito. So I'm gonna try to get the camera to zoom into the food. Here's what the food looks like. Got it with hash browns. Man, it looks good as hell. Good. It's a good portion for a breakfast thing. Honestly, I mean, it could be breakfast slash dinner or slash lunch. But I'm gonna grab a piece. So this one that I got, it's a breakfast jibarrito that is made of the two fried plantains, steak, cheese, lettuce, mayonnaise, tomato. Get a piece of tomato there. And man, like the portion size, look at the size of this thing. Like this is just half. It's big, man. It's as big as my face. Like that's crazy. And the other half's still in the to-go box. So that is crazy good size. Now, granted, I did pay. The price of this was $14 in total. So I paid $14.90. A little hefty in price, but for what you're getting, the hash browns, the ketchup, the salt and pepper, the huge jibarrito with steak, cheese, egg. Man, there's egg in that thing. Like, look at that, man. It's a great price. Like, you know, so I have no problem paying that. You know, it's justified, and especially now that prices with meat and stuff have been going up. Like, it's totally justified. I'm okay with it. So again, we're gonna give this a go. Now I do know that in my other videos I haven't really clarified the criteria. I just kind of tell you guys that I rate things from a 1 to 10. 1 being nasty, 10 being like phenomenal. And I've gotten comments from some of my friends that are like, "Man, you're too nice with the food." The food reviews, like you always give 8s and 9s, and it's like, yeah, well, you know, it depends on the category. So there are three that I'm going to be using, and I just wanted to clarify so you guys know from here on out that It's, again, it's subjective opinion, right? Everyone's gonna have a different opinion about the food, but for the most part, I'm going by affordability, by taste, and by portion size. So, that is what I kind of use in my head to kind of come up with a solid score. Because again, a lot of the places I review, I mean, they're fast food. This place, I mean, it's Cafe 23, Cafe 23. Um, and it's more of a dine-in place. So this is one of the first that I'm doing that's kind of dine-in. Although I got it to go, but it is something that I think people would enjoy at home, or even when this whole pandemic thing is over. Going in and eating jibarrito con arroz con gandules, which, man, arroz con gandules there is good. Go. If you like your arroz con gandules, go here. Again, this location is in Melrose Park. So, Cafe 23, located on the corner of 23rd Avenue and Lake Street, right next to Taconazo. Their new location, by the way, which is next to a laundromat. And across from La Baguette, actually across from La Baguette, and right next door to La Baguette is El Asadero, which is another good place with good roasted chicken a la parrilla. So definitely places that I need to check out, which I will be doing in the future. But for sure, try to check out Cafe 23 if you're in the area. If you're not, at the very least, go get a jibarrito from your local Puerto Rican restaurant. I highly recommend them. I don't know if a lot of places carry this breakfast jibarrito. I think it's unique to Cafe 23 and unique to the jibarrito world in general. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert in jibarritos. I'm just reviewing food. I'm just a simple guy who's hungry as hell, and has a big appetite. That being said, let's go ahead and take a bite out of this breakfast jibarrito and see how it is. Just gotta give it a little kiss there, before digging in. So let's go. Gotta get my tomato in now. Man, worthy of another bite. Look at this. Excuse the loud chewing and my food in my mouth. This is my first time having the breakfast jibarrito. So, Cafe 23 is a place that I don't go too often. I love it. Don't go too often because it's heavy food. And again, it's a fried plantain, so you know what you're getting when you go. But man, like something around a plátano maduro that's mashed, put in the fryer, and then it's still grilled. Sorry. Gotta swallow the food. With grilled food, grilled steak. I mean, they thinly cut steak, grilled, American cheese, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato that's sliced, and they're generous with those slices. They're generous with the slices of steak. They're generous with the cheese on the jibarrito, the lettuce, the mayonnaise, the garlic sauce that's like spread with a brush on top of the jibarrito. Those flavors are coming together in the sandwich. And man, it's phenomenal. Like, if you've never had a jibarrito in your life, you are missing out. You are missing out heavily. You need to go and get yourself a jibarrito. And I know I have friends that hate jibarritos. They're like, I'm not a big fan of the taste and it's too much. Like, I get it. Totally valid. Like, it is a heavy food. But something about a fried sandwich, man, like it hits different. And my Latinos, my Latinas, Latinx, whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about if you have your jibarrito. Like, it is good. Like, it's squirting juices everywhere. It is, a good amount of mayonnaise. It's a good amount of meat, good amount of cheese on every bite. It's juicy. It's hot, piping hot, because it's fresh. They just cooked it fresh for you. It is good. It is worthy of you going to get yourself a good breakfast. Like this will hold you down for a good half day, almost a full day. And that's what you're looking for in your breakfast. So taking my fork now. The hash browns are the next thing on the plate. Sorry, I had to drink there. The hash browns are the next thing on the plate. I'm gonna go ahead and dig in here. Now, if you take a look at the hash brown, see if it zooms in a little bit. It is not like your typical hash brown where it's, flaky, coming out like rayado. Like if you rub a potato on a grinder or whatever, and it goes into like little pieces and stuff, and it's been dried out. Cause you gotta take the water out before you cook it. This one is more like the potatoes were mashed. Like you can tell it's a hash brown, but it's mashed. But it's still like it's been put on the grill. So let's go ahead and take a look. Man, if you guys love mashed potatoes, this hash brown, like, man, it is like eating mashed potatoes, which is crazy. But I'm not talking like the mashed potatoes from KFC where it's like creamy and like almost like a soup. I'm talking like mashed potatoes. Like they mash them and they just put them on the grill a little bit to kind of give it some flavor and some heat and texture. And then they were like, boop, let's scoop it up, put it in the plate, boom, hash browns for breakfast. That is how you should be cooking your potatoes when you make hash browns. It is good. Man, this whole thing. It is, I don't even know what score to give it. Man, 9.5. 9.5. Yeah, heavier in price, but you're getting a good portion of food. You're getting value for your dollar because it is stuffed with food in it. And you still get a side of it. And yeah, you can put ketchup on it. Sometimes I put ketchup on potatoes. I think by themselves, I will argue that you could have these these hash browns sit by themselves without ketchup. That's how good they are. Am I still going to be an American and put ketchup on it? Yeah, probably. But stand alone, man, it's good. And you know what? I'm going to take another bite just for you guys. Did I mention this thing has egg in it? There's not a scrambled egg, but almost like an omelet type of egg in there, like stuck in there. So again, $14, but you get the mashed / grilled hash browns. You get the steak sandwich that's huge, fried plantains, lettuce, mayonnaise, the garlic sauce, steak, eggs in there. This is a good breakfast right here. This is massive. 9.5, solid 9.5. Argue with me. Now, sorry, I gotta swallow it. The story I have to tell you guys today. I mean, it actually, I couldn't think of a topic to talk about today because I was like, man, like, there's so many things I want to touch on, and I will, when I go on rants or whatever. But I don't always want to be going on rants either. So what I want to talk about today could be considered a controversial topic, although in my opinion, it really shouldn't be controversial because I think it's kind of simple. But I know some people are going to be like, well, no, yeah, let's do it that way. No, do it that way. No. All right. So here's the topic. So today I go, I phone in my order to Cafe 23. As for the breakfast jibarito with the hash browns, they took the order in, whatever, 15 minutes. So I go pick it up. They hand me the, this with a bag like that, sealed. And yeah, I go on my way. Now, the question I have for you guys, and I'll tell you what I do myself. Do you tip on a to-go order? Now, take into consideration that right now we're in a pandemic, right? COVID-19's out there. It hasn't ended. We're still wearing masks. Yeah, people are eating inside. People are eating outside. Should you be doing it? At this point, it's kind of your choice. I myself won't be doing that. I will still take the food to go. But that's a different topic for a different day that I've already touched on in another video. The question is, do you tip on a to-go order, whether there be COVID or not? The answer to that question for myself is yeah, I tip. Because They have to make the food. They have to pack it. They have to make sure that the order's correct. They try to accommodate you with adding the condiments to it. So whether it's your salt and pepper, which some places don't even do unless you ask for it, or if you get something that's worthy of having ketchup on the side, even though you're gonna use it, like you get ketchup. Or, a Mexican restaurant, you get your salsa, you get your chile sometimes. Some places give out chiles for free con las cebollas doradas. Or la parrilla, sorry. Doradas, parrilla, whatever. So it really just depends on what you're getting, what the cuisine is, and, your attitude when you walk in. Now, for the most part, I usually tip. I'm not going to say I'm a perfect person and I tip on every to-go order because there have been times where I haven't tipped, and looking back, I kind of feel crappy about it because it's like, yeah, I know I should be tipping. For sure, when you eat inside the restaurant, tip. Like, you better be tipping. But on to-go orders, for the most part, now I try to tip. And, what amount is appropriate is up for debate. Some people will say a couple bucks. Some people will say, the typical percentage of 15, 18, 20%. I usually just try to get, like, if I have a 5 in my wallet, I'll give a 5. Or if I have singles, I try to get 5 singles, whatever. $5, depending on the amount of food. Obviously, this is just one order. I tipped $5. But let me tell you why I'm talking about this topic. So anyway, I back to what I was saying. When I went to go pick up the order, I get handed this in a bag. I see the salt and pepper, whatever, the ketchup, and I go up on my way. My phone was in my pocket and I didn't feel it vibrate. And it turns out the restaurant, after I tipped $5, the lady was really nice. I think she's the owner, Letty, I think is her name. She was really nice. I was like, hey, I know I'm paying with a debit, but I'm gonna tip cash because I know you guys prefer cash. It's and if you guys don't know why that is, restaurants usually get charged a percentage when they use debit and credit processing. So it's actually better to tip cash, for tax purposes for the restaurant and so that money goes directly to the people that are serving you the food. In this case, it was Letty, the owner. I'm pretty sure that's her name. So I'm sorry if it's not her name, but I'm pretty sure it's Letty because she told me her name. Anyway, so I saw when I got home, which is about a 8-minute drive from me to the restaurant to my house. I saw that she called. It was like 5 times. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? And she left the voicemail. So I pick up the phone, I call the voicemail, I listen to it. And she's apologizing. She's saying, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Like, I gave you the wrong order. You actually took home an omelet. You can keep it, whatever. But I just wanted to call you to see if you wanted to come back and pick up your order. I have it here. Please, call me back and let me know what you want to do. And I'm like, man, how nice of her to call me by my name, and to acknowledge the fact that she made a mistake, which is perfectly valid, and that I still got to keep the other order of food. And I still had the option to come back and get the other order, free of charge. So I was like, man, like, yeah. So I called her back, and I was like, oh, no, totally fine. Like, I'll come back. I'll come back and I'll get the order, whatever. And that's what I did. I went back, got my order. I thanked them a lot for doing it. Tipped another 5 because I was like, you know what? Like, I got the food for free, so worthy of another tip. And they were nice enough to call me. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, dude, like when you got home, you would have opened the thing and you would have seen that was the wrong order and then you would have called and complained and then you would have gotten the food anyway. Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that they took the time to do it before I had to do it. And I've never had an experience like that before where someone acknowledges a mistake from a restaurant perspective, where it's the restaurant calling me or calling you and having them fix that for you and offering to fix it for you, rather than me having to call and complain and then force them to do it. Like, it said a lot for me, for them to do that. And she didn't just call once. She called me 3 times. And on the 3rd time, when I didn't pick up because I didn't feel my phone vibrating because I was driving, she left me a voicemail and was like, hey, please call me back. This is Letty, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, who does that? Like, this is why not only should you tip, but it proves, at least in my opinion, it proves that you're seeing them valued. You're valuing them as a business. You're valuing them as a local small business. You're valuing their food. You're valuing their time. Like just tipping them whatever, like two, three, $5 says a lot about your character. Says a lot about like, yeah, I know I'm eating out. I can afford it. Here's $5. Like I know you know times are hard, especially now that yeah, you know they probably have business booming now because people are wanting to go out to eat inside and outside. But you know it's still the last 3 months. You know people are. You can't pretend these last 3 months haven't happened. You know businesses were struggling. Cafe 23, I'm sure, was struggling just like any other business. And there's a lot of businesses that to this day are still failing. They're dying. Take Pizza Joint here in Northlake, for example. Pizza Joint closing. I saw on Facebook they're going to close. They're selling the place now. And that place has been open, man, I probably, before I was even born, it's probably been around, what, 60, 70 years, probably more. Um, just sad seeing that so many businesses dying because, you know, people are low on money, they're unemployed, they're getting sick, and it's like the world is now moving on to this new like, oh, phase four, we can go out and hang out with 50 people. Yeah, but should you really be doing that? And again, I don't want to rant about that because it's a different topic for a different day. This is about the fact that, you know, tipping a couple bucks led to a great business transaction. I had no problem driving back 8 minutes to go pick up my actual food for the review for today. And I still got to keep the other food. And I didn't even know it was wrong. Like, I didn't even get a chance to open it because I got to my phone first when I got out of the car and got home. And then I heard the voicemail, and then she said, oh, yeah, you got the wrong order. I'm sorry. Like, please come back, call me back. And then I opened it. I'm like, oh, yeah, she's right. I did get the wrong order. Wasn't even mad. I was happy as hell going back, driving back, you know, getting ready to do this review. And then it gave me a topic to talk about. So the topic, again, and I posed the question before I end the video, do you tip normally on to-go food? And if you do, is it usually at local places or is it usually like any chain restaurant? So like your Cheesecake Factory, your Applebee's, your TGI Fridays. Do you tip there as well? Or do you only tip at the local businesses like Cafe 23? You know, a couple bucks. You know, just something I wanted to see if what you guys thought, you know. So anyway, I'm sorry for the length of this video, but back in the game, baby. And quick shameless plug, by the way, I did get a haircut, if you guys haven't noticed. In all of my videos, I've been wearing a hat because my hair was just like all over the place. But I did get a haircut. And if you guys are looking for a place that's safe, that takes COVID-19 serious, that makes you wear the mask as you're getting your haircut, and they wear the mask, and they socially distance, check out this barbershop. I got the card right here. I can tell you right now because I forget the name of it. It should be here somewhere. Faded Culture Studio here in Northlake. It is located right off of North Avenue, right next to or right by Bravo, the restaurant. If you guys know what that is. I went with this guy. First time that he ever cut my hair, and first time meeting him. Super chill guy. His name is Chino, or Raul Gutierrez. Gave me his card, and I'm just doing a shameless plug because this dude is awesome, man. Like, young guy. I think he said he was 20 years old, and he's making something of himself, guys. Like, he is on it. He is on top of it. He's super professional, super nice, super accommodating. This place takes appointments. So if you guys are looking to finally go out and get a haircut, if you feel like, it's been months since you guys have gotten a cut, or maybe you have already. But if you're in the area in Northlake, check out Faded Culture Studio. Awesome place, awesome people. There's many barbers there. They're super young, 18 to 24, 25. And again, they socially distance. They wear the mask. They take your temperature with one of those like laser thermometers to make sure you're not sick. You sign a waiver, which a lot of places are making you sign waivers anyway to make sure, like, you know, if you do catch something, you can't sue. But again, different topic for a different day. Is it enforceable or not? It's more symbolic. But again, you know, who am I to say anything, right? Not a licensed attorney, so don't take my word for it. I didn't study all those years just to tell you that. But anyway, check it out. You know, and if you do check it out, yeah, ask for Chino. Chino is an awesome guy, super nice, lives in Stone Park. Humble, super humble, down to earth guy. Love him. If he's watching this video or someone knows who he is, like, send him this video. Super chill guy. Had a great conversation with him. Tipped him well as well. So tip your barbers well. Tip everyone well. Any service industry, tip it well, guys. Tip it well. Don't take it from me. Take it from the experiences of many people that have been in my shoes, such as this, where they call you. And I'm sure it's not gonna be the last time, but just tip people, man. Like, it's a service, tip them. Tip them. A couple bucks goes a long way. They'll get to know you. You get to know them, and it makes them have better interaction with people because it makes their day. Because there are really crappy people out there that just like they walk in and they feel like they own the place and they feel entitled, and we all know the Karens out there. We all know Karens out there, you know. And let me just say, I love you guys very much. Thank you guys for watching this video. Again, sorry for the length, but stay tuned for the next review.